Hey guys, Joshua Peterson here, Peterson Electric. I want to do a video here for you this week. It's the middle of March, or excuse me, middle of February 2019. It's going to be about the Tesla Model 3. I have wired up quite a few of the voltage cars from many different manufacturers actually, probably most of them. Sorry, let me move over here because that guy's cutting a saw. This is going to be the new Tesla box. A lot of people say, well, what would you suggest outside of Tesla? I would suggest you could probably try to use a juice box on Amazon or even the Siemens box. I have found that those are really good price point, charge very well up to 40, 50 amps. This Tesla box though is pretty sweet designed. It's designed that you can pick your different points of how much you want it to charge. And so he's got the instructions here. But basically, I'm trying to see here. I think we lost the page. Basically, it's stated in there on the, oh, it's right here, I'm sorry. It states it right here that if we're gonna go 48 amps, we pick number 9. And that allows the max on this box. So at 60 amps, multiplying it by 1.25%. I don't know if that really applies to Tesla with e-volt cars because anything more than 3 hours of charging is considered continuous duty. A lot of these things can be charged within 3 hours. Beyond the fact that when they get up to their point of 80%, the last 20% it cools down. So I'm not sure if you really need to use that multiply on that. You could to be safe, but bottom line, a lot of these garages, if they're a ranch style, are going to put an NM cable through, such as we did, all the way through up and down. And in your article, it talks about it in 110-14, I believe around C, that if you have any connection smaller than or larger than a number 1, that you're going to basically consider that 75 degrees Celsius. And if it's smaller than that, it's going to be considered a 6 degrees Celsius column on your chart of 310.15b, I believe. But anyway, so you want to consider that when you're picking it. There is, though, a part in the code article that does state that a lot of NM cable is good up to 75, even some at 90 degrees Celsius. Your best way to pull your wire, of course, is in a conduit with the THW-2 rating, because that is definitely 90 degrees Celsius. But again, your weakest link is going to be your breaker. That is going to be probably closer to a 46 degrees Celsius column. So, but the point I'm trying to make to you today is that NM cable is safe, and I would typically pick a 6.3, even on a Model 1 design. But as Brad asked me, hey, I'm thinking about the 80 amp version. Well, you're gonna have to pipe that in a 1-inch with number 4 THW and copper if it has a neutral. If it does not have a neutral, you might get away with that with 3 of them in a 3/4. Your ground is going to be sized off a 250-122, so that might be a number 6 ground or 8 to be safe at the max. Look at your instructions though, because it will tell you. But if you pipe it separate, you got to keep in mind how many current carrying conductors in your conduit, that you're using copper, and how far you're pulling. Like I said, I think typically a 1-inch EMT is good to craft. If you don't know how to bend that conduit, I'm not sure you'd want to even tackle this. As a homeowner, I'm not sure I would tackle it myself either, because you spend so much on a car. Anyways, thanks for joining us, and let me know if you have any questions.